All right. Dudes, dudettes, ladies, gentlemen. I believe we are live now. So everybody in the Discord server, in the channel, whatever, come join the stream. Because we are announcing the results for the October 2024 contest in my Discord server, which was based on an RMC Raptor. Well, a single rail coaster. It could have been an RMC Raptor, an RMC T-Rex. It could have been an Intamin Hot Racer, whatever you want it. I'm surprised nobody went for a Skyline Attractions kind of ride. It would have been funny to see one of those. I'm just gonna check if the stream is doing okay. If we're live and kicking. Just 2 seconds. Okay, perfect. We are good. So we can get started right here, right now. There's nobody watching at the moment, but hopefully we will get more people as we progress in the rankings. So I'm hoping that the rankings today are better than the last times. I've gotten a lot of controversy for having some really bad opinions, as Magical just said in the chat right there. Thank you, Miner, for watching, and Asterisks as well, Sam. Yeah, okay, we can join the voice chat. If you guys want to join the voice chat, well, I'm gonna be in a hidden voice chat, just kind of talking to fellow Thuzies, but I won't make the voice chat open today. Hello, Meyer. Thank you for joining us today. All right, so let's get started. So we had 10 submissions for this contest, and they were all really, really good. Like, it was genuinely tough to place the submissions one on top of the other, because I couldn't think of which one was best, really. Like, there was a lot of submissions that were really, really on par, really, really good. So the ones at the top, it's gonna go down to personal preference, like which one I prefer, because the top 3 or 4, they're all really, really tight. So it's gonna be a very, very tough decision. I'm gonna get a lot of hate. Hate, controversy, whatever you want to call that. It's not everyone is going to agree with me, but that is going to be the how it's gonna go. So our number 10 submission is going to be Azahoth by Alright. So this is the first Raptor coaster we will see in the contest, and this was the least best out of the 10 entries we got. Unfortunately, I am really sorry to place this in last place. However, there was a lot of flaws that I found within this ride that were evident. For example, the lift crest. You can already see that the lift crest here is extremely tight. So that means that even if there's no drop after this, the back row will still suffer from plenty of ejector airtime. Like, you can see, it goes really quick through the crest. So I would definitely recommend making that crest a little bit larger. And then we're gonna see it from a side point of view, and we're gonna be able to see that it's really, really, really tight. So it just won't look very good, unfortunately. Okay, the pre-drop is all right. I understand why the pre-drop would be slow, because the trains are really long. First drop is okay, not too bad. It's a neat airtime hill. It's like an El Toro kind of airtime hill. And then this part is nice. That is a nice dive loop. I really like that airtime inducing dive loop thing. But still, there's a jolt at the very end, which can be fixed very easily. There's a few jolts here and there. Like, it's not a perfectly smooth ride. And then I think the pacing could be a little quicker. Like, it's not terrible pacing, but the pacing could be much, much quicker in some spots. Like, for example, that twisted airtime hill before this And then this hill I thought could be a little quicker as well. Like it's not slow by any means. It just could be taken way faster than that, I think, for a raptor anyway. See, and then it's inconsistent because that turn feels slow, but then this airtime hill is like really, really sharp. Like it just brings you down so quick all of a sudden. So it has to be consistent. Like there's no consistency there, if you get me. And especially here, if the front row gets whipped down really aggressively, then I cannot imagine what the back row airtime is going to be. Like that's going to be like, who's leaving and joining the voice chat every 5 seconds? Come on, guys, get a grip. Yeah, the back row airtime here is going to be mental, like really, really, really strong. So just a little remark. Just watch the banking here. It's not normal for it to just twist left unless it's intentional, but like, see how it's kind of tilted towards the left here? I would try to avoid that personally. 0-0. It's a good 0-0, but there's a jolt at the very end, a very noticeable jolt that can be fixed. It's a neat overbank. It's a neat bunch of hills, but again, it's very jolty, questionable break run. I'm sorry if all I'm doing is nitpicking right here, but I feel like there's a lot of things that could be fixed, and I don't want to talk about that final break run. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I mean, it's what I'm saying is it's not a bad ride by any means. It's a good ride. There's just a lot of things that could be fixed. I want to see the top of the lift hill crest. Where was from where could I see the lift hill crest? That's probably the best we're gonna get. It looks really tight, like, and then especially compared to the pre-drop. The pre-drop is really drawn out. The lift hill crest is really, really sharp. So yeah, that's probably the major mistake. The jolts are something kind of minor. Maybe fix the pacing a little bit, like make it a little bit more consistent, and you got a solid ride right here. I actually kind of feel bad putting it last because it's not a bad ride. Just a few things that could have been fixed. Okay, so that is our number 10 submission. Let's move up to our number 9. So let me just put this up. Number 9 is this. All right. Which one was it? It was this one, right? Yep. So number 9 is Unnamed by Bricker Coasters. It's he never gave it a name, and this one was very much on par with the previous submission, in my opinion. So let's take a look at it. So I feel like the overall profiling, pacing. Well, pacing was probably better. No, actually, no, I'm wrong. This ride has some pacing issues. The pacing was better than the previous one, but I feel like the overall structure of the ride was better here. There's still jolts everywhere. Like the stuttering is because of the long pieces. That's not a jolt. That's fine. First drop is good. The first value is good. The first element's good, with the exception of the few jolts at the start of and the finish. There's a massive jolt in that airtime hill that can be fixed. Massive jolt in that valley. So yeah, this is really on par with the last one. The pacing is more consistent here, but it's definitely slower when it comes to an RMC Raptor. It's a very early mid-course brake run. And a very high 0-0 actually. I'm only just spotting that here. I'm not sure if the train will make that 0-0 after that mid-course. I was gonna say as well, I really like the supports. The supports are really good. That's probably what brought it up above the last submission. However, I do feel like the last submission is smoother. This one's layout is probably just more realistic. Like the profiling is better. The jolts are more evident. Pacing issues are about the same. Yeah, like I'll probably put them at the same rate. I just feel like apart from that, the major mistake regarding the layout is the really early mid-course. Like, the mid-course should definitely be later on in the ride. I mean, it's a really short ride regardless. Therefore, in that case, if it's really short, then just don't put a mid-course at all. Like, just ignore the mid-course. Also, the drop being too steep, I don't see that as a problem as long as the top of the lift is slow enough. That is an issue indeed, that the top of the lift is really fast. So the back row airtime will be diabolical, like insane. So yeah, I would put these like interchangeable. I would say they're both tied for last place, unfortunately. But there's redeeming qualities here, and there's redeeming qualities in number 10. There's issues in this submission. There's issues in the other one. So, yeah, I would say this is the bottom tier for the contest, and I believe that the rides will get much better from here. So that's it for number 9. Which one was number 8? I genuinely forgot. There we go. I feel like I'm gonna get killed in the comments today. I'm scared. Okay, so our next submission is Nephele, or whatever that's pronounced, by Le Phoenixist. And this was a really interesting submission. First things first, why is the video quality in 480p? In 2024, we cannot afford to have 480p. Okay, I'm gonna start with the pre-drop. This is a really interesting pre-drop. It's not necessarily interesting in the good way, not in the bad way either. It's just weird. Like, it's a turn to the right that feels unnecessary, and then into a really steep barrel roll that has an absurd amount of. Actually, no, this is fine. The barrel roll is actually fine. And the whip is nice, so the back row will have good enough whip, enough to not kill you. This hill is really good. That's a really good first hill. But then there's certain elements that I just feel are unnecessary. Like, for example, this barrel roll here. This is too fast. Like, that's way too fast for the front row. Imagine for the back row. Like, that is, like, let's say twice as quick as Iron Gwazi's death roll. That is definitely excessive. It's not rough by any means, but I do believe that this POV has some camera smoothing. Does it? Yeah, it does. It definitely does. Yeah, because no, or maybe it doesn't. If it does, it's very small because the camera sways. I know the single rail track, like the camera sways to the left and right, but yeah, that transition is too quick. And definitely this one as well could have been better profile. Like, I get the idea. I see the concept. For that double inverting stall, is that what it is? Yeah, double inverting stall. But definitely it could have been profiled a little bit better, and also a little bit slower as well, because then the back row is gonna be a little bit too much whip. There's gonna be too much whip in the back. And the same thing here. This turn is overbanked. Like, definitely leave less banking here. Because you feel like you're dropping to the left. Like, definitely give it a little bit of laterals, but on the other side of the train, if you get me. Like, I would probably prefer it if there was no banking rather than too much here. And then the transition feels like really snappy into that airtime hill. The airtime hill is good though. Good wave turn. I like that wave turn. And then this element feels out of place. That element in the second half, it's not a bad element, just it doesn't feel right. Like, from this point in time, it feels like the layout should be all low to the ground. This is just my personal opinion. What I'm surprised about is that it doesn't slow down. Like, it doesn't crawl over that dive loop, which is good. Good. Interesting airtime mode. That transition could be extended a little bit. It's quick, but it's a little too quick. Like, it feels too snappy there. Into a really low 0G roll. Again, that could be extended a little bit. It feels a little too fast. A tiny bit too fast. I get the concept here as well. It's really interesting. It's not rough or anything. It's just, that's going to shake the hell out of you. It's going to sway from side to side really, really quick. It's just another wave turn, another bunch of turns. This last bit is nice. This last bit is nice enough. Just, I think the pacing could be a little bit too aggressive here. That's my only issue. That's my only major issue there. Splashdown is nice as well. It's just a little too short for a splashdown. It's a neat detail. Just, I feel like if the trains are long, then the splashdown definitely needs more distance, more length to it. But overall, again, these rides are not bad. It's just a lot of things to nitpick, and this is reasonably smooth. I'm just wondering what the camera smoothing was, because there's definitely jolts here and there, and the camera smoothing is definitely not 0. So I would like to know what the smoothing was for that POV. Okay. So we're gonna hide that. We're gonna hide that. Oh, that's the chat box. That's the one. All right, so that's the number 10. That's the number 7 submission. That's Desolation by Dr. Pepper. And this one, wait, give me a second. So this one, we were told that this ride was not finished, which I took into account. So here it is. This is an RMC TRX coaster. Stop leaving and joining, please. I beg. So the thing with the two, this is a spoiler alert for the future, but the thing with the two RMC TRX coasters is that I feel like both have pacing issues. I understand that they're really big rides with really long trains and things like that, but I do feel like they could take certain things faster. Like, if you look at Fear 325, just for instance, it's the tallest roller coaster with a lift hill. It takes elements at a really, really high speed with really good snap. Intimidator 305 does the same thing. Like, RMC Hyper Hybrids do the same thing. So why can RMC TRX coasters not do it? Like, I don't know. This layout is good. Great profiling, like literally perfect profiling. It's just the pacing. I'm not really sure why the pacing is so slow, especially in the second half. Like, these elements could be taken much quicker, I believe. Yeah, I mean, I don't really have anything else to say about it. Like, it's just really slow. Like, especially that airtime hill crawls. Like, that hill absolutely crawls. It's really, really slow. Like, the back row is getting dragged down, but front row gets absolutely 0 airtime there. So that's it for this ride, I believe. That's slower than Hyperia. You can customize the gravity settings in Velocity Studio, so I don't think that's an excuse. And it's definitely not the gravity settings. It's definitely the pacing of the ride itself. Like you can definitely adjust that. Okay, what's the next submission? Fucking no. Okay. Number 6 will be. I have to write it out. Yes. So number 6 is Whipsnake by Most Chill Matt. So let me get this right up. Where is this? This is the first No Limits 2 submission we are getting in the contest, and this is where the rides are getting really, really good. Like, this is one of those submissions that I thought had absolutely perfect pacing. Like, this ride is excellently paced. Like, if you look at this ride, this is really, really good regarding pacing. However, it's the profiling I have an issue with here. So you could what I think. First of all, is the drop not straight here? Like you can clearly see a tiny turn to the right, which could be intentional, but it definitely bugs me off a little bit. There's a tiny turn there, and also this could be profiling. Like I don't know if you can see my cursor, but you could have definitely made it more straight if you get me. Unless you really wanted it to go straight up and then turn slightly to the right. But I was expecting it more like a tilted Immelman, like the usual, instead of just straight up and then turning and then just going flat again. Like I don't know, it's just I think it's uneven. Uneven, that's the word. Uneven, and then it just kind of jolts to the left as well. Like that's a common mistake, and that can be easily fixed, especially in No Limits 2. And there's a correction there, which you only really see the corrections in RMC hybrids, not really the Raptors. This roll is really good. This roll is good. And that twisted hill is brilliant as well. I really, really like that twisted hill. Watch that again. That is a brilliant hill. And then this is an uneven roll. This roll can be adjusted. Like the shaping is good. It's just that banking is uneven. Like it starts twisting here a lot, and then it twists a little bit less, and then it twists a little bit more. Like it's very slight unevenness. But I feel like there's something not exactly right there. And then, of course, the correction in the end. The correction in the end there should not be happening. Same thing. There's another correction at the end of the turn here. So it just bangs slightly to the right again. That's just me nitpicking a lot. But for No Limits 2, these should not really be happening. This part is good. That part is brilliant. This airtime hill could be profiled very much better. That airtime hill gives no airtime, absolutely zero forces other than a little bit of laterals. That could easily be a double down, like a twisted double down, like an airtime hill here, and then just a down, and then another hill there. Like goes, and then hill here, and then hill there. Like that is wasted potential right there, in my opinion. And it would be a really good finale as well. Like it's just 2 hills, trick track, right into the brake run. But instead we got a forceless hill, which is not usually something you would see in an RMC. But fair enough. Like the rest of the ride is good. I don't mind that. I just realized my microphone was muted, so my bad, guys. Our number 5 submission will be Pterodactyl by Hamburger. So this was the second No Limits 2 submission we're gonna receive, and also the second T-Rex submission that was sent into the contest. So is that the right stream? Yeah. Okay, perfect. So I'm gonna skip the off ride. I'm really sorry. I know you devoted a lot of time into the off ride and theming. This is brilliantly themed. In fact, definitely the best theming in the contest by far. It's just I have several issues, such as the pacing issues. For example, this is a really slow ride, especially in the pre-drop, like the pre-lift. So you can see how slow, like how much hang time you get. That's definitely intentional, but yeah, it just feels really slow. And then over here, yeah, this is a major issue I have with this ride. Half of the train is hanging there. Half of the train is hanging in the back. So you just have the front there, and then the train in the back is still hanging, which is a major issue in my opinion. So yeah, you're just kind of hanging in the back there for a few seconds, waiting for the ride to go up while you're like literally hanging, and then it's supposed to launch in a minute. Yeah, see, so that means that the back will get whipped, and you get like -2 Gs of airtime. Like not the whole. I don't know how long the trains are, but I assume they're of a decent length. Like there's no way that the whole train fits in that block section there. Like, yeah, you're stopping at the very front. Like there's no way the whole train fits there. So therefore, when you get launched, the back of the train will get whipped up really fucking fast, and also, this should be a straight catwalk. I'm not sure why there's still some sort of curve there. Like this should be all straight. It's an interesting launch. It feels really slow, yet it's actually fast. I'm not sure about the crest. The crest is really drawn out. It's a really weird crest. Otherwise, great first drop. Brilliant first drop. Probably the best part of the ride. That first hill is fine. And then yeah, you get plenty of hang time there. Like this is what I'm getting from all of the T-Rex submissions. They're really slow. That double roll is good. I really like the double roll. There's some Hyperia pacing right here. But good implement. Really slow 0G roll. This is definitely a huge pacing issue. So many of these elements can definitely be taken quicker. But I really like the profiling here. The theming is brilliant as well. Like the whole ride interacts with the terrain and the theming extremely really well. But it's just the certain things that didn't go right, such as the lift hill crest, the pre-launch, like the thing with the launch. I have a huge nitpick with, and yeah, I like that wave turn. And then dinosaurs around the place are obviously a really nice touch. That 0G stall is perfect, and overbank is definitely slow. Yeah, the whole ride just feels really slow. It feels like you're riding it on the moon. Not sure why there's a catwalk there. Interesting brake run. Like apart from the very technical standpoints of the brake run, the lift hill, and the launch and all that, this ride is good, bar the pacing issues. It just feels extremely really slow. For the type of ride it is. Like I said earlier, there's rides of this type that have much faster pacing and they exist in real life, such as I-305, Fear 325. I'd say even Millennium Force has better pacing than this. Like it's an interesting take, but I feel like Millennium Force is better paced than this ride. So that's our number 5 submission there. I will not lie, I bumped this up a lot because of the theming. I really like the theming and just the overall look of the ride. And then, well, the ride itself isn't bad. Like it's smooth. The layout is good. It's just really slow. That's the only thing really. Okay, so let me hide that. Okay, so now the top 4 was really, really tight. Like, these were really, really hard to rank, but I think I came to a conclusion there. They're not T-Rex IRL. Yeah, but what I'm saying is that I don't think that T-Rex coasters, especially coming from the Raptors, should be that slow paced. Like, if T-Rex are gonna have that pace, they might be the worst Gigas on the planet. I'm not even joking here. Like, every single other Giga coaster will have better pacing than the T-Rexes we've gotten in the contest. And I completely get that the trains are long, that the trains are heavy, whatever, but it could definitely have better pacing than that. So we move into number 4, Skull Emoji by Ethan G111. Or Sköll. I don't know how to pronounce that. I'm just going to say Skull Emoji for the time being. So pop up the video. So this is the only Intamin Hot Racer we got in the contest. And I really like this ride. This ride is really good. It's really unique as well. Like, it has some really cool things that I had never seen before. Like, for example, that first roll, I really like it. However, I'm not sure how it would behave in the back. Like, the back would get absolutely whooped down really, really quick. But yeah, this layout is fantastic. Like, it's really, really well paced. Some elements could feel a little bit too aggressive, like one after the other. Like, for example, those double down and then into another hill. Like, it feels a little bit forced, kind of like Air Force One, like just one after the other. It feels really aggressive. And also, like the No Limits 2 one we got a few submissions earlier. This roll feels not uniform. Like, the banking could be a little bit more uniform there. That roll is good. Yeah, this part of the ride is brilliant. Like, that part is great. Like, it definitely feels like a hot racer. Maybe the airtime is a little bit too aggressive. And also, I'm not sure what the meaning of that unbanked turn there is. That's the one thing I thought. Yeah. Sorry, dog bread. I forgot you made a hot racer as well. I think it's because of the track. I forgot you made it in UC too. Okay, correction. This is one of 2 hot racers we got in the contest. Just gonna brush over the fact it goes through a tree. Okay, it goes through a tree. That's not something I'll take into account. Everybody calls me the clearance master, so I can't really say anything about clearance. So yeah, this is a good top hat. Brilliant top hat, in fact. I really like that. Yeah, just this ride is brilliant. Brilliant just with the exception of some really wacky element choices and just really aggressive moments. Like, for example, actually no, that's fine. It's just a few airtime hills one after the other feel really, really forced. Like, just, I think people would genuinely feel like they're gonna die in some of these hills. Like, especially these ones. Like those ones one after the other. It's like Air Force One kind of airtime there, and then definitely the ones before the launch. Like, these ones, they look like they're gonna kill you. Like, this one, 2, and definitely the third one. The third one is too aggressive in my opinion. So it's not the aggressiveness that is the main issue. It's just the one after the other. I feel like it might be too intense, but it's just a minor nitpick. This ride is fantastic. I really, really like this. Okay, that's it for Skull Emoji. No Dr. Pepper. I'm afraid November is more than halfway through already, so I could host a December contest, but not a November one. And the December contest will definitely get the results for the December one much earlier than the November one, because I will be on break. So we'll have a better time. I was gonna say rating the different things. Okay, so that's okay. We're getting into the top 3 now. Hey, garlic bread and dog bread. We got the breads in the chat. All right. So our number 3 submission will be Here we go. Whammy by Dogbread. So Dogbread made the top 3 in this contest. And once again, this was all really, really, really close. Like, the judging was tremendously close. Where did I put this file? Oh, it's over here. Okay. Hey, garlic bread. Now you can sleep. Okay, dog bread. You can listen. You can listen and then you can sleep. So, Whammy by Dog Bread was a fantastic ride, and my only major nitpick would just be the really quick transition to the launch. Like you should definitely allow it maybe a few seconds, let it roll into the launch, and then launch it afterwards. Because this video was taken like right after the train rolls out of the station, so yeah, it just kind of rolls out and then instantly hits the launch. Which, I mean, it's not a huge problem, just a minor nitpick. But look, this ride is great. Like initially, I thought there was some pacing issues at the start, but the pacing is good. Pacing is really good. Profiling is good as well, and this is with zero smoothing, so the jolts are extremely minor. Yeah, maybe coming out of that roll could have been a little bit quicker. Like that's where I thought the pacing issues were coming. But yeah, that airtime hill is good. Into the second launch, brilliant. Yeah, really, really good from here. Like I have nothing to say after this. Well, actually, I'm not sure what we did here. I don't know what happened there. There's a really, really wacky element. It's definitely on purpose there. But hold on. Yeah, okay. So we got. I'm not sure what happened there. What is the input from Dogbread? Intentionally wacky. S-band stall. Okay, not a problem with that. Just found it really weird. Yeah, S-band here. Jolt there. There's a jolt, but that's okay. Yeah, just a brilliant ride. I have nothing to say about it. I do really like that entry through the. I don't know what that's supposed to be. It's a cool scenery item, but I don't know what it's meant to be. Yeah, airtime hill, excellent pacing, excellent profiling, just tremendous. Really, 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 really nice. Yeah, nothing much to say about this ride. Just flat out great.
Ahí.
¿Eh?
Están ahí.
Ok, gracias. All right. To everyone's surprise, we will announce the number 2 submission, and that was drumroll. Wait, I got it here. Where is it? Wait, that's not a drum roll. I don't know what it is. All right, that works. It's Werewolf by Asterisks, and this was tremendously close. Like Asterisks' ride was really, really, really good, like top tier standards. I really just thought that the top submission slightly edged it, just very, very, very slightly. Like it could nearly be a tie, but here we are. So this is Werewolf, which is another RMC Raptor for this contest. So this was submitted by Asterisks. I'm gonna skip the lift hill. There's no chain. Minor nitpick. There's no chain. So just the train just kind of floats up to the top. Okay, really good pre-drop. That is extremely realistic. And then just goes. Okay. I really like the setting. Emoticono is brilliant, like really, really graceful, really, really quick. Pacing is excellent, excellent here and there. Just kind of nitpicking on the profiling here. A little bit too many laterals on the left, in my opinion. Just it's really minor. Just nothing else to complain. Like it's just some tiny flaw in my opinion for the profiling. It's nothing crazy. Just I would have started banking it a little bit later. That's the only thing I would have done there. Other than that, that's good. Yeah, like this is excellent pacing. Really, really good. Here's fine. I do feel this roll is slightly too aggressive, slightly too forced, I think. It could be a little bit more spread out. Like, it's not bad. Again, not bad. Just a tiny bit more spread out would have been perfect. And then just trick track hills here and there, up there. Boing, boing, boing. Yeah, and then again, I think it's the same issue with the hot racer from before in the limits 2. The last hill feels a little bit too aggressive, especially coming after so many aggressive hills. Like, it's definitely an Air Force 1 moment. And then add in some laterals, and it feels ever so slightly like overkill. Just slightly like overkill. It's a good ending, just adjust it a little bit. So it's a little bit less aggressive. Like, definitely make it aggressive. I just feel like it's too overkill. And also, you're saying that there's no chain in the data pack. There is a chain. There is a chain. You just forgot to put it in, Sam. Okay. So we're going to move on to our top submission, which I feel like everybody knows by now. And this is the only ride that I thought had, well, I wouldn't say no flaws, but very, very little flaws. And this is Viper by Cosmic Vortex. And this was the only, no, one of 2 rides that was submitted in Velocity Studio. And I really, really like this ride. It's a really, really, really good ride. So let me put this up. Like, this ride has excellent pacing, excellent profiling, excellent layout, like just outright brilliant. So let's see. Oh wait, this ride is unfinished. I wanted to get it out for the contest. The theme might be whatever. The theming is still good. Like, it's still good theming, and it's got custom supports everywhere. So, like, yeah, you got the silver. I was gonna say silver bullet. What's it called? Stunt pilot. Pre-drop thing. Just slightly changed. Yeah, excellent curved first drop. Yeah, like the flow of this ride just feels so much like an RMC Raptor. It's absolutely brilliant. Great outer bank, great double down into that, and then that profiling here is excellent. Excellent profiling of that hill into that turn. Really, really like that. Great corkscrew, great everything. Like, this ride is excellently done. Wave turn there, airtime hill, twisted airtime hill. I really like that twisted airtime hill. Maybe just that overbank feels a tiny bit forced. That's maybe the only nitpick I would add to the ride. Other than that, that is awesome. Like, it doesn't feel slow anyway. Like, it never slows down. And then double down. Triple down, actually. It doesn't feel too intense as well. Yeah. I'm just maybe questioning the brake run. I'm not sure why the brake run is like this. There's a massive jolt into the brake run. Like, that definitely should have been a straight brake run. I'm not sure what part of the theming that is. Is that a queue line? Because, like, if that's for the queue line, then fair enough. But you could have definitely elevated that over the queue line. just a tiny nitpick there. But other than that, I believe this ride is excellently paced, excellently profiled. Just a top tier ride. Love it. I really, really like this ride. Yeah. So I would really love to hear your thoughts. I'm hoping that the judging wasn't that bad this time. But I genuinely cannot find anything major, like any major complaints about this ride, about this Raptor. Like, and this one and Asterisks, like you guys were really, really on par. Like you were really, really close. It's just a few things that I thought set them apart. Really, it's just down to personal preference, like I said at the start of the stream. So, I'm hoping you guys enjoyed the stream. That it didn't mess up too much. That it wasn't too noisy and just yapping a little too much. And I'm sorry for the long delay. I know it's long overdue. I'm just really busy these days, so I managed to find time today in the evening, and hoping that everybody's doing well. I'll see you guys around, and till the next time. Bye. Subscribe.